Who will be the other gods we will get to face in the Trials of the Gods event in Assassin's Creed Origins? Well, high chance that we know it now thanks to the concept art from the Xenier concept artist at Ubisoft Montreal. Showing not only Anubis, who we can fight at the time of this recording, but also the 3 other gods, like Sobek for example. So let's take a look at all the gods we will potentially fight in the Trials of the Gods in this video. If you like that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. The Trials of the Gods is an endgame event in Assassin's Creed Origins that started on November 7th, where we got to fight an enormous boss, Anubis, but that would be the worst of the total 4 bosses we could face every week. Every boss that appears each week drops a legendary gear piece, and if we kill them all, we get access to this amazing Anubis outfit. But the question still remained, who are the other bosses we get to face after Anubis? Well, now over on the ArtStation page of Martin DeJambo, and I hope I pronounce his name right, the senior concept artist at Ubisoft Montreal, we see the remaining gods we got to fight as well. Of course, concept art can be stuff that in the end will not be in the game, but the fact that he already posted an art of Anubis in the same style as the other pictures of the other gods I will show you in a second, and on his ArtStation account we see a lot of scenes that are in the game. I think that the chances are high that these are indeed the other bosses we will get to fight. Let's first take a look at Sobek, the God of Water, and I don't know what the order is that Ubisoft will release the Trials of the Gods in. Sobek could be the last god for all I know. I just chose a random order. Anyway, we seem to be fighting him in the Herakleon Nome, the upper right region, where we see a lot of swamp-like areas. Of course, if the concept art is anything to go off of, but I think it would make sense also that region has a lot of room for a fight like this. Where Anubis used a lot of hyenas to fight us, I think we will probably see a lot of aggressive crocodiles in this fight, and maybe even waves of water that we need to dodge. Interesting are the multiple assassins that are attacking him. You could think that they first thought of the Trials of the Gods as some sort of multiplayer bosses, but again, this can just be concept art that it looked cooler if multiple hunters were attacking him, for example. On the other hand, I would love to see co-op multiplayer in Assassin's Creed Origins. I think that would be amazing, and I totally believe that it could be something that Ubisoft is looking at. Of course, multiplayer is not really weird for an Assassin's Creed game, we saw it in the past, and also they of course want to keep this game alive well after the March 2018 DLC pack. So maybe starting in April or later, of course, we might see the multiplayer expansion of this game. Of course, just wild speculation, but I think it would be amazing and totally something that Ubisoft could do. Okay, going back to the Trials of the Gods, the other god we see is Ra, the god of the sun. It looks like we will be fighting him in the desert just like Anubis. Here we only see one assassin riding into battle on his horse. We see Ra's pointy weapon. Curious to see how he will use that and what he will throw at us. The fourth and final boss we should fight is Sekhmet, the warrior goddess, as well as the goddess of healing. This boss will probably throw hungry lions at us and maybe heal itself if we are not careful. I mean, god of the healing, right? That would be super powerful, I know, but on the other hand, we could use some extra challenge since Anubis was pretty easy. So yeah, 4 bosses in total, each week a new one, and then they will return eventually. So if you missed one, no worry, they will return and you can still get the loot. What is interesting though is that at the time of this recording, we only know of 1 weapon set and 1 outfit we can get from the Trials of the Gods, and that's the Anubis set with this awesome outfit, and also the weapon set including a shield, regular sword, scepter and warrior bow. You get 1 weapon from each boss, but isn't it weird to get Anubis gear from killing Sobek, for example? What I think will happen is that when these bosses return, we will in the end receive other gear that makes more sense for the other gods. Now, there will also be a raw set with other weapons from categories that the Anubis set did not touch, like a spear or a light bow or another type of bow, so that players that already got the full Anubis set still have something to look forward to when the bosses return week after week. And yes, a Sobek outfit would be amazing. Ubisoft, like I said, wants to keep this game alive for a long time, so having only 4 rewards after the Trials of the Gods seems like a miss. I really think that in the end we will see more weapon sets and an outfit for each god, that they right now just wanted to give you the Anubis set instead of having like different pieces of each set after you killed each boss. So first the Anubis set, then probably another set. That is my take. That's what I think will happen. When we know more, I will of course let you know. I will also have a video up on all the Trials of the Gods events as they happen, with tips on how to kill the bosses and also going in depth on the weapon they drop. What do you think of the bosses that are the potential next targets of the Trials of the Gods? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to stay up to date on everything Assassin's Creed Origins. Check out my video with everything you need to know about the Trials of the Gods events and also going in depth on the weapon of Anubis, the regular sword. Like this video to support the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.